Hey guys, so I just want to explain that let's say you want a relationship, you want to get with someone, you want to help yourself to basically get into a relationship with a beautiful partner, with a beautiful person, someone who's very attractive, someone who's very sexy. Okay? Well, you yourself have to be attractive. You yourself have to be someone who can handle their attractiveness. Okay? So, for example, ways to handle their attractiveness is go to the gym every day. Okay? Go to the gym every day, exercise every day, make sure you're dieting, make sure you have a good habits in your life, make sure you're looking attractive, make sure you got the financial wealth to support your life, make sure you're working, make sure that you are communicative, and also that you are basically charismatic and that you are someone interesting, someone people want to be around. And the whole point of this is to be authentic with people. Okay? So eventually, with you in your life, when you're working, when you're doing stuff around your life, you want to be getting into becoming much more in your life, becoming a greater person, becoming happier, becoming fluent, becoming a better person in your life, okay? Because when you become a better person, you're always going to feel better, you're always going to do better, you're always going to help yourself to work with people. You're always going to help yourself to get to the stage in life where you need to be. Okay. So you have to focus on building a business, building a social media business. You have to understand you have to be an influencer of some kind. Okay. You have to give a lot of content and you have to understand that these videos I make with life coaching in them. Okay. This video is life coaching. Okay. So basically, I'm a life coach. This is what I do, but I'm also a music producer and DJ. Okay. And then you have to realize that I make content daily. I'm making content daily. Why? Because I'm constantly practicing for something. I'm practicing. I don't know when I'm going to make events around people. I don't know when that's going to happen. But maybe it's 10 years down the road. Maybe it's 20 years down the road. But first, get your life in order. Help yourself any way you can. Make sure you're building up a profile about you. Make sure that you're expressing yourself and make sure that you're helping people around you. Once you do become a success, guess what happens? Once you have all these videos, you got 10,000 videos on YouTube, you got all these photos of you online, you got all this content that you've given to people, okay? And people can go through your content and guess what happens? Guess what happens when people go through your content? You're helping them. You're helping the world, and that's the main thing. So that's what charisma is. Charisma is basically helping yourself to help other people. Okay? And basically, when you help yourself to help other people, you want to become authentic. You want to be able to speak to anyone at any time you want. You want to be able to grow yourself and become someone of an influencer, and you want to make sure that you're making a name for yourself in regards to people, okay? Making sure that you're getting up there every single step of the ladder, okay? So, for example, you go to a 9 to 5 job, what do? You have to climb the ladder, don't you? What do you do on social media? What do you do on social media? You have to post every day, every single day, posting, making content every single day, and making a name for yourself on social media. So there is no shortcuts. You have to do it yourself. I made 2,600 videos on YouTube. I posted 50,000 photos on myself on Instagram, and also I made 72,000 quotes. I did all this on my own, and I have Instagram threads. You can check out my Instagram threads for daily quotes from me and for quotes that I write in my daily life. So, for example, I may be sitting down writing or something, and an idea comes to my mind. I post it on Instagram threads, and I get engagement for it, okay? And I get engagement on my channel, okay? I do get engagement, okay? Now, I understand that my engagement seems maybe short. Maybe you see 37 views, maybe you see 1 view on my video, maybe you see 3 views, 10 views, 20 views. Some videos have more than that. But you have to realize that you have to get to a stage in your life where you're making videos, shooting videos, posting it online, and building an audience for yourself, basically, and making sure that you're getting to a stage where you feel great, to make events around people, where you feel great about yourself and who you are, to make sure that you can step into the position, okay, where you can go and DJ in a nightclub, or where you can go and talk to people, or where you can go and make a name for yourself. But you have to map it out in your mind, and you have to do a lot of writing, okay? A lot of writing in your life. You know, when I'm not making content, I'm making content via writing, okay? I'm making something like planning my life. You know, for example, I moved away from a lot of people in my life. Like, for example, I moved away from the Serbian community. I moved away from a lot of people, okay? Why? So that I can go create my legacy, okay? So I can go create something online for people, so I can give a service to people, and so that I can be alone and not around people who are going to waste my time. You know, I want to be valuable to the world. I want to be valuable to you. I want to provide you information that's going to help your life, okay? You can see by my face, you can see by this video that I'm trying to help you, that I'm trying to give you advice, that I'm trying to give you live content, that I'm trying to give you information that I've learned in my life about where I'm going with my life, and something around the nature of what I've done on my profile on social media. You can just go check it out. You can go read the content yourself, and you can go see how I done it, and go and do that yourself as well in your own way, okay? So look at what I've done online for myself, okay? And go do that in your own way. Go do something online for yourself. You know, everyone's different. You know, you don't have to do fashion photos the way I done it, you know, but you have to realize that everything on my Instagram feed, okay, photos of myself, that's all photos of me, okay? All photos of me, my younger version and my older version, okay? Some people say that I look better now than I did before, you know, so you have to realize that I'm always trying to do better. I'm always trying to get to a better stage in my life. I'm always trying to help myself in some kind of way. I'm always trying to make more content because, you know, I'm happiest when I'm making content. When I'm making content, I'm happiest, okay? But you also have to post content online. You have to dedicate yourself to building a social media profile about yourself, and eventually people are going to pick up on this. People are going to say, oh, this guy's actually building something, you know, he's building a content-based information business, you know? And you have to start recognizing that your social media has to be a business, and it has to be you, and you have to showcase your skills, and you have to post every single day of your life so that you can become a better version of yourself.